Welcome to the Delhi Financial Ethics Training. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for being here as employees of our company. We all adhere to ethics, and we wanted to thank you again for just being part of this training and taking part of it. First of all, as we look at SUNY Delhi, we look into our mission statement. We know we started SUNY Delhi in 2007 as part of the financial crash. We started as an ethical-based business in insurance, investments, and loans because we wanted to make sure that we could continue to serve the needs of all our students and the community at large. And that was the main reason why we got involved. And we all know that, and that's why we're here today. Code of Ethics and Business Conduct. Within our Code of Ethics, we can see that our business conducts and applies to all employees and directors of SUNY Delhi. These policies and standards do not alter the at-will employment relationship that we currently have with each other. We recognize your rights to resign at any time. We hope you don't, because we want to build an ethic value team, and we feel that you're part of that team as well. So when we start drilling into the sections of our ethics manual, we see that in section 1 we broke it down by in the workplace, and there's just a few basic points that we always want to adhere to when we're in the workplace: respect, equal employment opportunity, compliance with immigration laws, and sexual harassment and other discrimination harassments. We are 100% committed to non-discriminatory acts in our workplace. Not only is it an ethical value that we don't want people to cross in our organization, it's also a legal one. And not only is it an ethic violation that could cause you to lose your job, but you could be prosecuted to the full extent of the law as well. So some of the other pieces of respect is just basically treat others how we want to be treated. That's plain and simple. We all know that. As we drill in more, we always adhere as managers and team members to have committed to have a diverse workforce. That's what makes us so successful at everything we do. We want to be diverse, have great ideas coming from all angles. And of course, we want to comply with immigration laws from the federal and state levels. We work to do what we can. Again, as we touched on, sexual harassment and discrimination of any kind, again, is not only an ethical violation, but it's a violation of the law. We don't want, it's a breach of trust. These violations of laws that we just can't have our employees crossing. Section 2 in our manual, we talk about the conflict of interest. This is when it starts to drill into the fact that we also have people ask, well, what is a conflict of interest? Basically, a conflict of interest exists when you have an outside interest that interferes with your responsibilities to Delhi or affects your ability to act in the best interest of Delhi Financial and the customers. Basically, we want to try to avoid all conflicts of interest. So if you have any questions, definitely contact our Human Resource Department or our Legal Department if you have any questions. And you can even talk to your manager if you have questions that relate to any conflict of interest. So when we look at it from a corporate opportunity, of course we want our employees to engage in activities outside of SUNY Delhi. We also have people in outside opportunities that consist being involved in communities. They're also involved in for-profit and non-profit organizations. There are cases, however, in which organizations have business relationships with SUNY, with Delhi Financial, or in which we handle confident information. There just might be a conflict of interest, and we want all of you as employees to be aware of that. So when you take directorship and outside business activities, when you engage in those, ask yourself the question, if I recently started here as a personal banker and I also have a real estate license, how does planning to work as a residential real estate agent on the side, will that be a possible conflict of interest? Well, yes. As a personal banker, this outside activity will also be considered a conflict of interest. You're a real estate agent and you may be recommending banks to potential buyers or sellers that need an opportunity. So that could possibly be. So again, contact our management or human resources, and we can further guide you through that so we have all legal protections for yourself and others. And again, basically it's your fiduciary appointment. You may not accept any appointment, again, that continues to act as a fiduciary or co-fiduciary on any estate, trust, agency, guardianship, or custodialship. Basically, any account that Delhi Financial handles, we don't want you to also handle that where you benefit from that profit. So also, if we look into Section 3 of our manual, we also see the fact that we have compliance with laws, rules, and regulations. And as us being in the banking industry, we're highly regulated in those areas, from insurance, investments, and we want to make sure everybody's in compliance with, and also know about, we don't take any bribes. Antitrust laws, we have to make sure that our business is on up and up. This is to the directors, employees of all levels. Unauthorized advice and insider trading. This is where we can't be recommending information. If you know stuff about business per se and you're recommending it for trades, that could be an issue where you could be facing insider trading violations. And we don't want any of our employees to be in that predicament where they feel that now they're in a legal situation. So we just try to make sure we avoid that situation. Now we also know the laws around banking, finance, insurance are constantly changing. So some of them, as we know, are the Banking Security Act, Anti-Money Laundering, the Fair Lending, Foreign Corruption Practice Act, Complicity Securities Rules, including pay-to-play provisions, mutual fund securities, corporate opportunities, insider information, and trading on securities. These are all government regulations. If you have questions, please contact HR or our legal team. And we also know there's no way whatsoever should we be taking bribes to open accounts or any of them lines. And as the antitrust goes, we want to make sure that our directors and board of directors are making sure that we adhere to that, so we don't have to go up against government regulation when the time comes. Unauthorized advice is huge. We want to make sure, because sometimes employees are occasionally asked by customers to offer up opinions on legal or tax matters. Delhi Financial is legally prohibited from doing anything that can be construed as unauthorized practice to law. So basically, if you are asked to recommend a professional service that are not provided through Delhi Services' own referral sources, for instance, if you ask for advice about real estate agents or attorneys, you may provide a list of services qualified sources without indicating favoritism or making a specific recommendation. And that's why we just wanted to adhere to make sure we're not pushing or drilling or driving our employees to any area that they may feel pressured into a deal, or whatever, however that may be perceived by them or government regulations. Again, we touched on all these, and another point is your Delhi Financial 401k savings plan. That's a big part that we always get questions, especially in our employee ethical training. There's ethical areas around that as well. You may not use your Delhi Financial 401k plan as a vehicle for excessive short-term trading of funds, which include taking the advances of either stale prices or pricing anomalies, or basically any net value of mutual funds. This type of activity is often referred to as market timing trading and can cause harm to the plan participants and the long-term shareholder of the mutual fund. We just want to make sure employees know that, because sometimes the mutual fund and 401k investment vehicle is to build a long-term savings for retirement. It's not for market timing, try to trade in and out of funds. It's really not what it's built for. And if you want to do that, you can talk to one of our legal teams, or even the Fidelity or the other representatives, TA Creft, that back these funds for our 401ks, to see about opening up a broker account with them, and you can trade on your own time with your own money as well.